Hi, I'm Ina from InDe'B Quilt Shops, and I'm here today to show you Midnight Garden. Okay, this was a kit that came out um, last year, but it is just such a beautiful quilt, and it is just wonderful to sew, and it really is a pretty simple quilt to make. There's only two blocks. There's only the tulip block and the flower block. This is made using a fabric line by Heather Peterson called Midnight Garden, or Indigo Garden. It's the name of the line. You cannot find it anywhere right now, but it's just really such beautiful. It comes in this fun little box like this. It's a box kit, and on the back it shows you what the quilt, it can look like. And I just realized something I didn't do. I didn't do the little crosses at the top. That goes on there. It's your quilt. You can do it however you want to do it. So there it is. I'm not redoing that. Even though that would probably be really fun to have done. It is, let me show you this kit and everything that you get into it. So you pull the little sleeve off, put that away. And then in the box, it has this flip up with a magnetic thing. You get some extra fabric for the leaves. This is your binding. Just what a fun, look how fun that's going to be as a binding on this to do. Isn't that just a fun little pop of color right there? I love that part there. Your inner border, your outer border, your background, and your pattern, of course, and a package of 10-inch squares, and there are 42 pieces here. You will not use all of them for the quilt. Now, her pattern tells you that the pattern is written in 4 different sizes. It has a crib, lap, throw, and twin. This is only a throw size. That's the biggest that you can make from this. You can make smaller ones out of it, but that's the biggest that you can make with this. And put that to the side. So let's talk a little bit about the pattern. So one of the things that's helpful to me is because she goes and she gives you everything that you need and how you must cut. So I went and circled everything that I needed to cut. So I knew how many I needed of those cuts and what to do. The other thing to do is to get your plastic bags, ready your Ziploc bags, and you want to label all the flower ones, label all the tulip ones. And then you're going to cut them. You get everything that you need out of all of the tulip and all of the flower ones. Now, when you're figuring out which ones you're going to do, which colors for which, when you're cutting out the flower block, you're going to get flower petals and flower centers out of the same block. And then you're just going to mix and match them. When you do the tulips, it's the same thing. You're going to use part of these for the center of that, okay? And when you do the stems, you will get all the stems and the leaves out of one single block. And so you get some extra green in there to help you because you don't have enough of the 10-inch squares to get all of it out of that. Okay. So I did that, and I, cut and put everything in a tulip pile and everything into a flower pile. And then when I got ready to make them, I took all of the tulips, spread them all out, and divvied all of the things out. So I mixed and matched. So I knew that, okay, I like this with this tulip. I like this one with this one. Little tulip center. And then I did the same thing with the flowers and which centers I wanted to go with which flowers, and to put them all together that way. So it really was a lot of fun. You get a little extra fabric too. So if something happens, us, we always make, that mistake that we weren't expecting to. And so you do have extra. You're going to have extra 10-inch squares. You'll have extra of the blue, and you'll have a little bit extra also of the green. Okay. And then when you put it together, when you're cutting, she has numbers on the flower blocks and the stem blocks and leaves block, okay? But when you get into the pattern itself, she doesn't have any letters written anywhere. She just has the number, the size of it. So what I did is I just went into the pictures and actually wrote the letter of whatever it was that I was using, so I would know what pieces I was using where, and put them all together. That way. She does give you pressing directions, which is really nice. That is really helpful because it helps you to nest pieces together. For example, when you're sewing these two pieces together, you're going to iron this little triangle is going to go down and that triangle is going to go up so that you can nest them together. And that makes it so much easier to sew it all together. It's just really, really nice to do. And then of course she gives you a layout and lets you know the layout, how it should go, how everything goes together, and how you should put it all together. Really love this block. We have limited kits, and I mean limited. So if this is something that you looked at that and you thought, oh, I'd really like to make that quilt, here's your time. You really want to go and get it. Don't forget that when you are picking up the kit, don't forget to get your backing, because these fabrics are also really limited. We have red and we also have yellow. So those are your two choices, are red and yellow for your backings. And it's just such beautiful, rich colors that I know that you're going to really enjoy making this quilt. And we would love to see what yours looks like if you pick up the kit for this. We also have lots of other kits that are out there available. We have a really fun one that has just arrived in our shops, and that is it's a bunny, row by row bunny quilt. This really darling pastel-y spring colors, really, really fun. So go check out all the kits and other things that we have on our website that are there. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and don't forget to change your notifications by clicking on the bell and changing them to all. Have a great day, and we hope to see you again.